Did anyone know this was a thing that was happening?
Yeah, when you texted me, you were doing this live episode. That was it.
Yeah, same.
I thought it was a mistake. I was like, Tony, why are we talking about Zorro?
That movie's old. What do you mean?
Please,
So, Adam,
did you make this thumbnail, or is this really the wallpaper that they have?
This is real.
Holy shit, that's bad.
So when I was coming up with the list of things to do for this, I wanted to keep it short, and obviously January is where they dump their shit movies. Saltburn is technically December, but it didn't become public till January, like it was playing in small theaters. So I turn on Amazon Prime and I see Zorro, and I'm like, I'm sorry, they rebooted Zorro on one of the biggest streaming platforms, and they didn't mention it at all. I didn't see one news article, one commercial, absolutely nothing. I don't think anyone knew this existed. Did anyone watch it?
Oh, yeah.
I watched one episode.
One episode.
Okay. I only watched the first episode. Okay. Does anyone like Zorro? I actually really like Zorro. Just the character in general. I used to watch the serials with my grandfather, the 90s show. I love the Antonio Banderas movie. Second one, not so much. If you're a kid who likes to dab, you probably don't know who Zorro is. Pretty much any superhero that has a secret identity kind of comes from Zorro, who stole it from the Scarlet Pimpernel. Nothing is original. Nothing is original.
And most people know who Puss in Boots is. That's basically Zorro, and it's also Antonio Banderas.
It's all
love it.
But yeah, these two characters kind of popularized the whole a guy who does good but has a secret identity and has an alternate personality. So yeah, I checked out the show, the pilot, and I thought it was fine. It's Zorro. They're adding a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to be well versed in Zorro. I don't know all the lore. There's like 10,000 movies and a million shows. Adam, I know you said you love Zorro and the Gay Blade. That was your favorite. Yeah. But they're adding like a mystical element to it with the natives, which I thought was cool. Overall, I thought it was like a fine interpretation so far. It didn't rewrite the wheel, as people say. That's a lot of people say. But Joey C, what did you think?
Well, I popped a special brownie and giggled. God
damn it, Joey!
I watched the first episode. Right, he's going to Cali. He's got to avenge his father's death. It was fun. I've never seen anything Zorro, including the original. But it was very cheesy, and I giggled a lot. Not because of the brownie, because of the show, of course. But I dig it. It's an easy watch. The story is easy to follow, and I had a lot of fun with it. That's really it. It's nothing special, but it's fun. It's fun to put in the background.
Let the record show I will be drug testing the panel every month. So everyone needs to send me urine samples.
Shit.
Tony.
Tony, would you like my urine sample on top of the stool sample I recently did?
Can Gay show up and pee? Or
you could just throw those in at the same time. You put them in the same package. That's fine.
Along with my blood and hair. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. God. I'm trying to clone Adam in case he dies, okay? Gil, what did you think of Zorro?
Wow, that was great pronunciation. I pretty much agree with everything both of you said. I think the first 10 to 15 minutes, it was what I expected, and I wasn't into it. It was half overly dramatic music over sequences I didn't really care about yet. Action that felt very TV action. A lot of quick cuts.
It was a little CW. It was a little CW.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It felt like a CW show. A lot of just random slow motion. Someone takes a sword out and they're just holding it in slow motion. Nothing really interesting. But once you get past the opening setup, then like you guys said, it's a journey we've seen before. Classic throwback swashbuckling adventure. And when you're talking about something you've seen before, what I think matters most is just the characters that are going on this journey. And I found Diego, Lolita, the dynamics between them, they were fun, charming. And if you're looking for that kind of a throwback, I think it's a fun show.
Yeah, it's very safe and very simple. But the person we want to hear most from, because Adam, you didn't watch this, right?
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I'm gonna actually go against what Gil said, though. I thought Diego and Lolita, or whatever the fuck her name is, they were great. I thought it was a really fun.
Isn't that what I said?
show. They had good chemistry. Pretty much the opposite of what Gil had to say on this one. I'm in stark contrast with the rest of the panel.
Okay, but first the most important voice here, because he is a Spanish hero in California. There's a lot of Mexicans and whatnot running around. So, of course, our Latinx correspondent, Mike, how did you feel about this one?
I had fun with it. I actually watched it with my nephew, and I watched it. And I'm assuming all you guys watched the dubbed. You guys all watched it in English?
Yeah, because that was funny.
Yeah.
I picked the funnier version to watch.
Actually, I started dubbed, and I was like, "What is wrong with this?" The subtitles didn't match what they were saying, but they did such a good job of picking words that almost matched the lip movements. And then I switched. I don't know if it's coincidence, but I said I started enjoying it more 10 minutes in. That's when I switched to subtitles.
But yeah, Mike, continue. And he froze.
No!
That's great. That's great.
It's like, I have something to say.
Oh, he's back.
He's
He's
there,
back.
he's
He's back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yes.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. No, I watched it with my nephew, and if it was something like in Spanish to get him into, he was actually sitting down here with me watching it. So I think I'm going to continue to watch it. It's getting him into something that's non-English. So a little more with our culture. I mean, it's not Puerto Rican, but it's close enough.
Wait.
It's not,
As our Latin,
cool.
As our Latinx correspondent, have we used you for any Puerto Rican thing at all? I think we used Blue Beetle, which was Mexican.
Blue Beetle. Well, the dude was Puerto Rican Transformers, so we can go with that.
The dude was Puerto Rican in Transformers. There you go. We did it. We found it. We did it.
So we got it. It's all.
But I'm glad we got a Latinx
thing,
person to talk about it. But the internet cares what white women think. Crystal, what did you think?
At first I was not enjoying it. I thought, oh my God, Tony, what the hell?
To keep going.
I was not the biggest fan of it at first. I thought I was watching the dubbed version and I thought the acting was really forced. The action was forced. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, I kind of want to see what's next. I kind of got sucked into the corniness of it and started following them a little bit more. And I bet if I watched the second episode, I would have been sucked in. But I did wish I went to the subtitle version, though, because the dub, it was just throwing me off too much.
Yeah. The biggest mystery is like why this wasn't promoted. So apparently they shot this in like 2022. It's like a Mexican production. And it's just been sitting around, and then they quietly released it. But the thing that surprised me is because for years I've heard that they're rebooting Zorro. They're going to do it this way. They're going to do it that way. And I always see these news stories. Meanwhile, they finally reboot it, and I saw nothing. So this was a big surprise. And I was excited to watch the rest of the show. But then I saw a thumbnail for an upcoming episode, and I saw Lady Zorro, and I went, Lady Zorro, El No.
He's been waiting to fucking say that all day.
That was not worth the wait.
He's been waiting to say that for like a week.
Cinco de Mayo, sales commission, goodbye.
Bro, I might unsubscribe. You might lose your Latinx correspondent after tonight.
No, actually, in all seriousness, this girl is a native, and she thinks she should have gotten the mantle of Zorro.
Yeah.
So she's competing with who the Fox Spirit picked as Zorro. So I'm actually interested to see what they do with that. I think that's pretty cool. Next,
she kicked his ass when they were fighting. She kicked his ass.
That was after he fought a bunch of guys, though.
Yeah, he was tired. He was tired.
He was fighting at night, and then it was morning. He was up all night.
He was up all night.
He didn't have his coffee.
Yeah.
His arms were both broken.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man! See, if I were to ever lose to Kid Osborne for the same reason, it's because I already fought 10 men and he got lucky.
Gotcha. Climbing up ceilings. I gotcha.
Yes.